Sé que te gustó a ti todavía. 3, 2, 1.
Standing here in an empty room, I saw you there and my blood ran cold. Take me back to the long September, don't know how I ever let you go. I was young, didn't know about love. You were wild, couldn't get enough. Gave my heart to another lover, don't know how I ever let you go. Find me another place and time. If only you were mine. But I'm already someone else's baby. Guess I had my last chance, and now this is our last dance. You fell through the cracks in my hands. Hard to say it's over, but I'm already someone else's baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'm already someone else's. All caught up in the way we were. I feel your hands getting close to mine. Don't say the words that I love to hear. The beat goes on and I close my eyes. Always young, didn't know about love. You were wild, couldn't get enough. Let's leave things the way they were. You stay with me like a lullaby.
Ey, sé que te gustó a ti todavía por mucho que digas. Además puedo ver en tus ojos que no solo quieres quedar como amigos. Tienes mi corazón, eres mi obsesión. Soy tuyo para siempre.
Guess I had my last chance, and now this is our last dance. You fell through the cracks in my hands. Tell myself be stronger. My heart's like a rubber band, and it's such a shame. You'll always be the one who got away. We both know that deep down you feel the same. Hard to say it's over, but I'm already someone else's baby.
Eso no es amor,
Baby,
mereces mejor. Ey, quiero tu calor.
I'm already someone else's. Wish I met you at another place and time. If only you were mine. This love story ends for you and I. 'Cause I'm already someone else's.
Contigo otra vez. Mereces mucho mejor, mucho mejor. Veo que tienes color, no es sabor.
Already someone else's.
Cada noche más te extraño, cada día sin ti me hace daño. Sabes que mereces mejor, lo que sientes por él ya no es amor. Por mucho que digas, somos más que amigos. Y el tiempo se acaba.
Already
En 4, 3,
someone
2, 1.
else's.
Have I ever told you all you to the bone? Have I ever told you when you are all alone? And if I ever forget to tell you how I feel, listen to me now, babe. I want you to the bone. I want you to the bone. I want you to the bone. every corner in me. That's your presence the ground. Maybe I did you hope by saying how I feel, but I didn't mean it before. I want you to the bone. I want you to take me home. I'm falling. Love me, Lord, I'm rolling, losing control, body and soul. Not you for sure, I'm already yours. Walk you down, I'm all in. Hold you tight, you're calling. I'll take control, your body and soul. Not you for sure, I'm already yours. Would that be alright? Hey, would that be alright? I want you to the bone. So bad I can't breathe. I want you to the Of all the ones that beg to stay, I'm still longing for you. Of all the ones that cried the way, I'm still waiting on you. Maybe we seek for something that we couldn't ever have. Maybe we choose the only love we know we won't accept. Or maybe we're taking all the risks for something that is real. 'Cause maybe the greatest love of all is who the eyes can't see. Take me home, I'm falling. Love me, Lord, I'm rolling, losing control, body and soul. Might you for sure, I'm already yours. Walk you down, I'm all in. Hold you tight, you're calling. I'll take control, your body and soul. Might you for sure, I'm already yours.
If you can't catch me.
and it was called yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. You know I love you so. I swam across, I jumped across for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause you were all yellow. I drew a line, I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And for you I bleed myself dry. For you I bleed myself dry. It's true. Look how they shine for you. 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 Look how they shine. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things that you do. Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me you see
Good morning, everyone. How are you today?
I am fine, Miss.
Halo, Lapia from Stamet Bima ya. Because
Yes, Miss.
because the semester is the same the previous session. Maybe Miss Safri or Mr. Evan, yeah, yeah, uh, direct to continue the material.
Yes, Bu Dona, for the first session, it will start by me, Sefri, and then continued by Mbak Rifda. And after that, we have hands-on experience after a short presentation. So when will we start?
Yeah, never mind. Why I'm waiting other to join this session. So I think is better. You can start, please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. For this session, we'll start from for today's session. We will discuss about IBF process. We'll try to design workflow for IBF at your own institution and between your institution with your stakeholders, and then for the second session we will create the dissemination process. So today's session will be for that two kind of activity, but for at the beginning, we'll have a brief explanation about what we will do today and how we do the workflow in BMKG. So let me start from sharing my presentation. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Thank you for confirming, Bu. This is the IBF process for the briefing of second part of hands-on experience. We'll start from IBF workflow in internal BMKG. This is the I'm sorry. Maybe I should turn off my, okay. So I'm sorry for the distraction. So in BMKG, in our internal institution for the IBF, here's the workflow that we conduct for everyday IBF process. Start from the beginning, we collect the data. This is the data we usually use. So for the first time, for the first step, it starts with a senior forecaster who analyze with the multimodal data, such as when or prognosis analysis, then relative humidity, K index, L index, and S index, and pressure, NGO, and equatorial waves, and many more data related to weather data, weather model data, and they also analyze from the observation data such as radar, satellites, daily rainfall accumulation data, and etc. And this data are used as an input first, and then the senior forecaster use the data to make technical guidance. So here's the process. And after the process, the output is the technical guidance from the senior forecasters. And after we have the technical guidance from senior forecasters, we also consider the input from forecast from regional office. Forecast from regional office. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. Actually, this part is in the local BMKG, not under the senior forecaster. This part, the input we receive from local BMKG. So we also consider also from the local BMKG. And the next process is here, considering forecast from regional office. And after that, we use also the daily and weekly disaster report. And then we consider the radar and satellites data, and then daily rainfall accumulation data, ensemble forecast, and vulnerability and exposure data. This one, the list is we organize by order. So first we consider the daily and weekly disaster report to see whether there's any disaster or not at the previous day, and we see the data, the radar and satellites data, and then we also see how much rainfall happened at the previous day. After seeing the observation data, we also see the ensemble forecast, and then we consider the vulnerability and exposure data. After that, we continue to process those data to data analyzing and draw IBF warning. After we draw the IBF warning at the signature platform, and we get the output, and then we discuss the IBF in the daily weather briefing that conducted every morning, that include all of the forecaster on duty and that day, including senior forecaster as we can see a guide at the, we can say as a guide at the briefing, and from the discussion and the if we got any comments and corrections or discussions based on the briefing result, if there's any suggestion or correction, we can analyze data again to correct the warning that we issued, and we repeat the steps until the warning is agreed by all of the forecaster. And then if there's no corrections, then we will continue to validating the IBF warning. Also, sorry. Okay. we validate the warning. After it validate, we got the final IBF warning as the output. And then if it already finalized, we disseminate the IBF information, and that's the end of the process of daily IBF information production. And after we have the IBF information from BMKG side, this is the IBF workflow between BMKG and BNPB. So this part is internal and external. I'm sorry, there's typo there. Internal and external BMKG. For this part, from the start, the IBF warning is used as the input. This is in the from the IBF BMKG on duty part, and then this warning is disseminated to disaster manager. Disseminate to them, and then they analyze the warning, our warning. And then if there's any comment or correction from the BNPB side, the process will be repeat from to correct the IBF warning, and then we disseminate again, and they analyze the warning from us again. But if there's no comment and they agree with our warning, so we continue this warning as another input. And if they see any necessary or further action based on warning level, I'm sorry, how to move the, I can see my on screen. Okay. And if there are any necessary further action based on the warning level, then we continue to see the daily disaster and mitigation report that daily send to us as our verificator in verification. But if there is any further action based on the warning, maybe the warning level is the warning level is amber, so they maybe need to do next steps, such as further data analyzing to make decision for mitigation plan, and then they can make a plan, and the plan itself is as output response plan for mitigation. And then after the plan is already got, they take mitigation actions, such as communicate to local disaster manager, looking for search and rescue team help, etc. And after they conduct the mitigation action, they usually make the report, daily disaster and mitigation report. This is the document that we retrieve every day. And then after we get the warning, we do the warning verification, and from the warning verification, we get the report as an output, and that's the end of the process. And here's the table that we provide to all of the participants. For all of the participants, this is not the same, but it's modified template from our the previous workflow table. So this table we provide you in the Google slide. I'm sorry, not in the Google slide and not in the Google sheet. The Google slide, the link is already sent to you, I believe, or you can access it also in the LMS. We already put the link there. You can also use your previous exercise as a guide or help. From this, you can identify steps you need to prepare for issuing IBF warning. So, for example, you list what steps here from at the procedure column, what step that you have to do step by step, and you need to identify who will provide the information or do a process or step by marking it with suitable flowchart shape. We also provide you the shape, the flowchart shape at the right side of the table. You can copy and paste or you can drag it at wherever you want here at any shape in here. And here is the name of and function of the symbol step, such as the rounded corner, uh, rectangle. I don't know what does it actually mean. As it means the start or end finish mark, and for the input and or output is marked with the blue one, the blue shape, and for the process is for the orange rectangle one. And here's also the arrow we provide, and this is for the decision part. For decision whether it's continue or not, or there could be yes or no. You can put anywhere you want in here based on the steps you want. And at this column, you can name what institution or division or team that maybe provide the data or do the process. You can modify it as you want, whether it maybe you may add more or you can cut it for 2 or 3. It's up to you. It depends on your institution. And then you should name the team or the institution at the top, the title of the column here. Yeah, feel free to adjust how many steps and divisions or teams or department that might be included in this process, and try to arrange every step by order from start to finish. The same thing applied to IBF workflow with in external institution. Maybe you can use the output from IBF warning as an input in here, and then you can continue to design the workflow. The same thing applied in here. You can modify how many division include, how many steps that you want, as detailed as possible, and you can modify how many this shape. Feel free to add or get rid of some of this if you want. Just adjust it to your table. And here's the guide. This is the file link that we already sent to you. You can access directly based on your group from here. I believe in by WhatsApp group, but you can also access it in folder link in Google Drive at LMS for the IBF process. Um, for my side, I think that's all. Maybe before there is any questions, maybe Mbak Rifda will continue to brief about the dissemination.
Yeah, yes, Every.
Okay, I'll stop my screen share.
Okay, please let me share my screen. Have you seen my screen? Anyone?
Yes, Mbak, I can see.
Okay. After Sefri talk about the workflow, what the BMKG do step by step, how to produce the IBF warning, and then it's time part to the dissemination and dissemination strategies. As you know that all of the sector in the world realize that they want or they need what the meteorologists and what the hydrologists do. They need to know about the weather information. They need to know about the disaster information also, and that's why we have to build a proper information about the weather and about the impact-based forecast to support their activities, kind of like aviation activities, like tourism activities, public health and safety, and shipping, pollution control, and energy also, and other many sectors that will need our information, our weather information, and this is the 7 global target from the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. And what the impact-based forecast implementation for is to reduce the mortality or global for the global population, to reduce the affected people by the impact of the extreme weather, and then to reduce the economic loss, and also to reduce the damage to critical infrastructure and disruption for services. And then it's that information also it's for increase what the disaster risk reduction strategies for countries with national and local authorities, and then to increase international cooperation with developing countries, and then to increase availability and access to multi-hazard early warning system and disaster risk information and assessment. And then for the impact-based forecast structure, we already know, all of you already know about the how to build the impact-based forecast warning information, how to build the risk and impact based on the hazard and vulnerability and exposure. So the two key uh, the two key point for the IBF implementation is we have to determine the likelihood of the hazard of the weather, and then we have to determine level of the impact based on the vulnerability, exposure, and the capacity of the how the impact will occur and how to fix the impact after that occur. And then as you know also hazard is depend on the NMHS determination, and then vulnerability and exposure from the partner, from the government, from the non-government office can also involve, and then the impact is the information for people. So how we link it that element for each element to IBF implementation, how to be a proper IBF. This is what we'll talk about, and it is depend on the how we communicate between the NMHS to partners that, and how we communicate about the IBF from the NMHS and to people. So for this hands-on session, we ask all of you to build to find how method or what is the proper strategy to communicate between each element in IBF. And there is a two type of communication that we will have to see. Is a formal type, formal way, and then for operational way. For the formal way, we can use a method like legislation. We can build a partnership. We can build the MOU. And then for the operational, we can build the SOP, standard operating procedure, like as Sefri already presented before, with that workflow. And then for the operational, we can make a link with the delivery channels, with by email, by social media, with short message services by ATOR or SMS or etc. And then and here's part two for all of you, for all of the participants to for this this session. We ask all of you to identifying proper dissemination strategies from the between the NMHS to partners, and then between MHS to publics. For the example, for the institution partner like PUPR, BMKG have to have a dissemination information to the PUPR, and PUPR is a Minister of the Public Works and Housing. So that minister in charge for the infrastructure, development of building or anything about the infrastructure. And then how the method or how to disseminate and communication with that institution. We use the formal method like build MOU, and then Yeah.
I think your slide is just stuck and not moving or not in slideshow mode.
Oh,
You
okay.
just see the first slide on it.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God. Sorry. What's wrong? Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
So, have I get back to the previous slide or not? Aduh. Oh my God. Yeah. This is what this is what I talked about before to the how to IBF implementation for to reduce and to increase that the sector, that element sector. And this was the IBF structure, which part for communication, the formal and operational communication. And then, sorry, and this is the table. Oh, sorry. And this is the table what we asked you for this hands-on session. This is the NHMHS, how to communicate between the NHMHS and partners. So here's the example, the PUPR institution, public Minister of Public Work and Housing in Indonesia, and they that minister in charge for all of thing about the infrastructure. And then the way or the method that BMKG and the PUPR do for the IBF dissemination is we build the formal method with on MOU, and then we build the operational process also with the server access, messenger application, kind of the WhatsApp group or Telegram and so on, and etc. And then the information format from the BMKG to PUPR is web-based information. And then another example is collaboration between the BMKG and public with the operational way. With the information format, we put our information, our IBF mapping, our text IBF information to Twitter, to Instagram's platform. So the people, so the netizen can show, could show and read and aware what the BMKG already distribute the information, publish the information. And then for this session, all of the participants, we will separate you to each group, like before, like yesterday, like as on 10.1 yesterday per country. And for the participant from the Indonesia, separate to 3 groups. And then for this table, we already provide at the Google slide. The template is already provided in the Google slide. you can access in the LMS also. And then we already input the Google Slide in the LMS, so you can access or you can click and open that Google Slide at the LMS. And then I've already sent it to the Mbak Donna also. So maybe you can ask her about this also. And then this table is for you to identify appropriate dissemination and communication strategies for IBF delivery services. So, and I hope, we hope that you can input or you can put it down the information detail in the tables, how the method and how the information format and how many how many institution partners that you will invite to build or to build the impact-based forecast implementation in your country. And maybe there is not only one institution, maybe there is 2, 3, 4, or until 5 institutions that you might have to input. So you can add more rows to fill more than one institution for each collab composition. Yeah, that's the short review from dissemination strategies part. And thank you, and I get back to the Mbak Donna. Thank you, Mbak.
Yeah.
Me and Sefri already give a short review about what the hands-on season 10.2 today. So maybe for next we will we directly start to the separating the groups into breakout rooms.
I can click open all the rooms, so you can join the group automatically. Yes. Yeah. Please, you can join your group automatically. So yeah, I think it's already.
Yeah, but if there maybe you should inform the participant when what time they will start and finish.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Miss Sefri, maybe there are some participants have joined in their group. So if you want to give the little information about the practice, so I can close all rooms. So I think.
Or if some participant already get into the room, maybe we just get into the room and give further information if they need. Yeah, Mbak.
Yeah. Then there is me, Sefri, Evan, and Nanda will join to the groups, and we will confirm the time, the finish time to people and to be first to all of the participants.
So what time should we finish today?
10:30.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mbak Sefri, maybe if you want to give an announcement for a participant, you can use a broadcast message to all.
broadcast, where is it, Mbak? Bu?
In the bedroom room, so
Record room.
paling bawah.
Oh,
Broadcast
okay.
message to all. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mbak.
Yeah, I think it's worth it.
Okay.
Mana?
Di breakout room, terus broadcast message to all.
Banyak close all room itu, Pak.
Soalnya udah ada beberapa yang masuk.
Oke, kita.
So we will start in 8:40 and finish 10:30 ya, Mbak. For all slides, yeah. Okay. So I guess we should get into the room. We're all. Thank you.
Bu Dona.
Halo Evan. Halo Evan.
Ya, Nan?
Are we finished for breakout session? Or there is additional time?
Sepertinya diselesaikan saja ya, sudah jam segini.
Iya, oke lah. Soalnya teman-teman Timor Leste udah aku suruh ke sini soalnya.
Oke. Bu Dona, kalau misalnya breakout room-nya di close, mereka langsung balik ke main room atau jadi live meeting, Bu, ya? Halo?
Ya, kenapa Mas Elvan?
Bu, kalau misalnya breakout room-nya ini kita close, mereka langsung balik ke room utama atau malah live meeting?
Langsung balik ke room utama.
Iya, di close aja deh, Bu. Tadi kita announce, kayaknya belum pada balik.
Mungkin susah kali ya. Saya close ya.
Ya, mungkin di close aja ya.
Udah.
Oke.
Mereka kayaknya udah balik.
Mbak Dona?
Ya. Udah langsung mulai aja.
Ya. Semua partisipan sudah hadir ya?
Udah.
Oke. Syafri? Saya yang ini ya? Atau... Okay, thank you for your enthusiasm in exercises for hands-on season 10.2 today, and we have a couple of groups which we see that there is a special, or there is interested result for the exercises that all of you already met. So for this presentation part, we invite the Indonesia groups from the Indonesia 3. Is it? Nanda, Indonesia 3 apa Indonesia 1 tadi ya? Lupa saya.
Indonesian 3, Mbak.
Indonesian 3. Yeah, so anyone from Indonesian 3 will present the exercises about the workflow, internal, external, and the dissemination strategy. 3 parts of the exercises. Please, from Indonesian 3. Indonesian 3 from the headquarters semua ya. Hello, Indonesian 3? No one? Okay, there is no response from the Indonesian 3. How about Indonesian 1? Indonesian 1? Okay, there is no response also. Oh my God. So, okay, maybe Kenly from the Malaysia will present, please.
Hello.
Yeah, hello from
I'm
Malaysia.
Hadiza from Malaysia.
Yes.
So my colleague Puan Wan Maisara will show the flow and I will give a talk.
Okay, thank you, please.
Okay, I will share the screen now.
Yes, please. You can start now.
Okay.
Miss Maisara. Yeah.
Because I'm using my handphone, so it takes a while. Please be patient.
It's okay.
For the chart, we start from the IBF, and then we continue to the multi-model analysis and observation through radar, satellite, and also observation of the rainfall by the duty forecaster. And we proceed to the next step, that is make initial forecast and done by the forecaster also. And forecast from state office also are considered. So we considered it, and then we make considering the forecast from the state office. So before that, the state office give the forecast to us, and then we considering the forecast from the state office together with our forecaster opinion, and then we make a daily and weekly disaster report of vulnerability and exposure data. And then after the data received, we make data analyzing and draw the IBF warning, and was done by the through IBF. And then we proceed still in the IBF procedure. The IBF issue the IBF warning, and then we make a daily weather briefing as usual. So we considered all of the above, that is duty forecaster, senior forecaster, and so we considering IBF and also coordinator or the chief, that is means our director was involved also. And then we proceed to the comment and also some correction from the discussion. And then based on the briefing result, we proceed to if there's any comment, we go back to the flow on data analysis and draw IBF warning. And if all of the result was determined and agreed for the result, so we proceed to validating IBF warning. So next one, Maisara. And then after that, we have finalized the IBF warning, and we disseminated the information and to the agency or the public, and then end of the process. So the second one, this is the workflow. The next one, Maisara.
Sorry, this is for external. Before is the internal. This is the other one, the external institution. Hello?
Yeah. The external one.
Yes, this is the one.
This is the, okay, thank you. Okay, it starts with the IBF and also MET warning on duty. And we issue the, start with the IBF warning. And then we proceed to disseminating to NADMA, National Disaster Management in Malaysia, and also the Department of Drainage Malaysia. And then we proceed with the analyzing warning from Met Malaysia, whether it's tally or not. And then we have some correction or comments if there's any comment from our department. And then also IBF warning were discussed with the ID if it's appropriate with the rainfall and also the area. And if any unnecessary further action based on the warning level, we have to decide, that is the triangle. And then we have to further analyze to make a decision on the mitigation and distribute to the response plan for mitigation. Mostly the mitigation was done by NADMA, and we only have to issue the warning and also the impact. And this is part of the NADMA response plan for mitigation, and also taking mitigation action. This is when the NADMA was distributed to the others if there's any warning to the agency. And the last one, it will be a daily disaster if there's a daily for that disaster, and also mitigation report. So at the end, if there's any disaster, especially for Malaysia, we have to make a report, and the ID also to the NADMA. Okay. And after that, we have warning verification and also verification report, and also end of the process. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So for the NHMS to the partner, we have the institution partner. There is the ID. The ID is drainage of department, and also NADMA. We communicate with these two departments, and also how dissemination and communication method. If formal, it's through committee operating, and the data was pushed to the DID server, and also through and issue an email also to them. And also for the formal for NADMA directive, we follow the directive number 20, and for the operational, we use email. For the information format, through the ID is through format ASCII, ASCII, and for the NADMA is through web-based information. Okay, that's all. I think any further, Wan Maisara?
And the dissemination from NMHS to public.
Okay.
For dissemination to the public, we are using, the format is, we disseminate through our website, Portal Bencana, managed by NADMA, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, group WhatsApp, and also targeted group via SMS. That's all. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you to the Malaysia group. Any question from the others? I just wanna ask about the workflow in internal workflow, Miss Maisara or Miss Nur Hadiza. There is a part from the forecaster on duty forecaster and from the senior forecaster to sorry, forget. Maybe you can share again what the workflow, please.
Okay, I will share.
I just curious about the duty forecaster and senior forecaster for the considering forecast from state office. They have the two of the forecaster have the same task to see and consider the forecast from the state office. Is it you build the weather briefing with the state of office and senior forecaster also, or what platform or what media you use to discuss about the forecast from the state office and from the duty forecaster?
Okay, for the forecast office, usually if we have a weather briefing, so everyone will be involved, especially the forecasters on duty and also the senior forecaster. Because when we discussing and considering about the weather, we take notes of everyone's opinion.
Okay. Okay. So the weather briefing result, it could be data input for the IBF, right?
Yes.
Okay. Quite similar also with us in BMKG. Thank you, Miss Nur Hadiza. Any questions from the others? Maybe from Sefri, Evan, or Nanda, or from the other participants, maybe?
I think that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Malaysia. So next from the, I get back to the Indonesia. Indonesia 3, Indonesia 3 or Indonesia 1?
Okay, Mbak Rifda, Indonesia from Indonesia 3.
Okay.
Maybe Mbak Tamima bisa minta tolong bantu share screen-nya.
Oke, baik Mbak.
Okay, thank you Mbak Tamima. Hello everyone, Mbak Rifda. We are from Indonesia 3. And this is actually this is a workflow of product from Soekarno Hatta BMKG. This is actually not IBF workflow because in Soekarno Hatta in Soekarno-Hatta BMKG, maybe it's not yet to produce the IBF product. So this is we take a example from of the product. Product is TAFOR and the early warning product from the Soekarno-Hatta BMKG. The first one procedure is start. This is start from the supervisor forecaster or the senior forecaster in Soekarno-Hatta BMKG. And the first is introduction briefing or briefing from the supervisor forecaster. The briefing is about weather condition from 3 days ago to forecaster on duty. And then next process is the from the senior forecaster or the supervisor forecaster. They use the multimodal analysis or the multimodal forecast is streamline, isobar, or METAR. METAR is like a weather information for the aircraft or airplane. And the next is observation. Observation is from the observer. This observation we use the data from radar, satellite, and from automatic weather station like a daily rainfall accumulation data or like a temperature, relative humidity. And then next from the data from headquarter forecaster from the BMKG headquarter, we get the information or we get the data from the website aviation.bmkg.go.id. The data is meteorology information system like significant weather for the aerodrome. And then next for the forecaster on duty on Soekarno-Hatta BMKG, we make TAFOR. TAFOR is weather forecast from the weather forecast for the aerodrome. And after the forecaster on duty make a TAFOR, we need to quality control from the supervisor forecaster. So the TAFOR before we disseminate to stakeholder, the TAFOR product must be quality control from the supervisor forecaster. If the TAFOR product no correction or no miss data, so the TAFOR can do disseminate to stakeholder. If any correction from the supervisor forecaster, so the forecaster on duty must be make again to TAFOR. And then next product is early warning. Early warning is include there are two type for the early warning in Soekarno-Hatta BMKG. Is one is aerodrome warning and then wind shear warning. For the aerodrome warning and wind shear warning or early warning, this is produced by forecaster on duty. And then next to dissemination process from the forecaster on duty, dissemination process of the TAFOR and the early warning system. Next and process. Next slide. Okay, this is next slide for the workflow from for the with in external institution. So in Soekarno-Hatta BMKG, we have the many of type of stakeholder. They are like airplane agency or from the contractor building for the airport or the or many more. And this is we use the sorry, we get the stakeholder is this is from a general stakeholder from the Soekarno-Hatta BMKG. Now the procedure first is start from the BMKG Soekarno-Hatta. This is include like a forecaster on duty, supervisor forecaster atau or senior forecaster, and the product. What product must be disseminated to stakeholder is TAFOR and early warning like aerodrome warning and windshield warning. And then the product TAFOR and early warning we send to the CMSS. CMSS this the portal like a portal for the weather forecast. This is we send the product TAFOR and the early warning to CMSS and in headquarter BMKG, and then next we have the dissemination to the stakeholders, and if there any correction from the stakeholders, we usually we get the correction from the stakeholder, and then we discuss with I mean the forecaster on duty discuss with the supervisor forecaster for the correction from the stakeholders, and then we if we finish the correction, we next step is dissemination again to the stakeholders, and that's all. Maybe that's all from our group from Indonesia 3 about the workflow internal institution and external institution. I'm sorry, we are sorry because in Soekarno-Hatta not yet produced to IBF product, so we get the example of for the TAFOR product and early warning product in Soekarno-Hatta BMKG. Thank you.
Thank you, Fitri. Any comment so far from the other participant or from the from Evan, from Sefri, from Nanda?
Not yet, Mbak.
Okay. Sefri, Nanda?
I have no comment.
No, what if we just continue to next presentation? Yes.
Okay, actually okay, actually I'm curious how the TAFOR being a support data for IBF, how the rules data for being a support data support for IBF.
Okay, maybe I answer by my maybe the TAFOR for the IBF in Soekarno-Hatta, like I said before, in Soekarno-Hatta not yet produced to the IBF product. So the example like if the accident airplane, so the Soekarno-Hatta BMKG produce the like report analysis from the weather from the weather for the accident. Maybe Bu Hani ingin nambahin mungkin Bu pengalaman di Suta.
Fitri, just advice. So advice, maybe you can check and recheck again, and how to build the workflow for IBF production. After this
Okay.
training, yeah.
Okay, Mbak. Okay, thank you, Mbak Rifda.
Okay. So thank you Indonesia 3 groups. Next to the other groups from Malaysia, from Thailand maybe. You can stop the screen.
Good morning.
Fitri, you can stop the screen. Yeah. Yeah, from Malaysia, from Thailand.
Good morning.
Morning.
I am Navin Semsuk from Thailand. I will present you the IBF workflow for TMD. The IBF workflow of TMD, I improve it from the daily weather forecast process. IBF workflow start with.
Excuse me, Navin, would you please enlarge your screen because it's too small for us to see. Please.
The IBF workflow start with the shape of forecaster require the meteorological data from the telecommunication division. The meteorological technician in meteorological map subdivision under weather forecast division will plot the meteorological data on the weather map, and then the chief of forecaster and the author forecaster will analyze weather data and the product from NWP models, and then they will assess the risk, and identify the impact and forecast the hazard. And next, the executive and chief of forecaster and the author forecaster will brainstorming. The result of brainstorming, the chief executive, the chief of forecaster and the author forecaster will do or make the information of weather forecasting and IBF. Next, the chief of forecaster will report or present the information to the executive of TMD, and they will check if the executive okay. The chief of forecaster will make the weather forecast news and IBF warning announcement, but the executive of TMD not okay. We will analyze the data and will the process analyze weather data and produce it and the product of NWP and asset risk again. After chief of forecaster provide the weather forecasting news and IBF warning announcement, they will dissemination by meteorological technician, and then the chief of forecaster and others forecaster will verify the weather forecasting news and IBF warning and announcements, and finally is the end of IBF workflow. And next, I will present you the IBF workflow with external institution. It starts with the Thai Meteorological Department to deliver the weather forecasting news and IBF warning to the National Disaster Warning Center. The National Disaster Warning Center will announce the natural disaster and identify the risk area. Next, the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation will to take action for the disaster that will occur in the future. By before the disaster, they will prevent disaster and mitigate disaster, and after the disaster occur, they will restore in the area experience the disaster. And after that, the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation will assess the value of damage and announce the damage area, including the amount of deaths, injured, and damaged property. And they will report the disaster that has occurred in their website and in hard copy. And then the Thai Meteorological Department will verification the event that occur, and finally of the end of IBF workflow. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mali, for your kind exercise and workflow. Any comment?
Ya, Mbak Rifda. A very nice presentation, Nawin. Thank you for the presentations. I just want to confirm, does Thailand or TMD already implement the impact-based forecasting? Because related with the flow chart you've designed before, is it from the reality or the current situation in TMD, or it's only designed for now by you?
I am designed for now by me because I improve it from the weather forecasting in daily routine.
Okay, thank you. So that's flowchart could be taken when the TMD wants to start to implement the IBF. So at least you have the grand design or the picture how the coordination and how the daily workflow can be transformed or can be altered when you want to implement the IBF in TMD. Thank you, Nawin.
Thank you.
Okay. How many times we have Mbak Donna for this session?
Selesai ya?
11:30 or 11?
I think we have only 11:15 for today.
Oh yeah. And no, sorry. Today until 11:15. So if you want to the extend time for presentation, so yeah, up to you.
So yeah, thank you, Mbak Donna. Anyone want to be a volunteer to present the workflow and the dissemination strategy? Indonesia 2, maybe?
Yeah, we can present if it is still have time left, maybe. Yes.
Mbak Donna, can you approve? Is it okay? It's okay ya, Mbak Donna?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's make it very brief presentation, but maybe only 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. Yeah.
Now, I would like to present our discussion about IBF workflow. Before I start my presentation, I would like to introduce my team. The first is Ben Arthur Mole from Manado, then Muhammad Fakri from Hasanuddin, then Chandra Triha from Sentani, then Riza Utamirengga from Palu, and myself, Farah from Stamit Bima. I would like to present about the IBF workflow within internal PMKG institution. Now, the first, we start this IBF for regional office, which is the place where we work. So we start from the initiation from IBF from BMKG center. Then from there, the regional forecast on duty, he or she will make analysis based on multimodal, that is precipitation probability, precipitation accumulation for 24 hours, relative humidity, instability in this, then streamline, isobar. Then we also make the analysis based on dynamical atmospheric analysis. We also consider the technical guidance from PMKG. Then we also consider the risk index from PNPB in our region. Then from there, we process the IBF. After that, after we produce one map, one IBF warning, we will show it to our coordinator of operational team or head of technical unit station. If there are no correction from the coordinator of operational team, or if there is some correction, then we will go back to the multimodal analysis, dynamical atmospheric analysis. Then we also have to see or have to make some revision based on the correction that given by the coordinator of our team or head of our technical unit. Then if there is no correction, we will continue the IBF warning. Then we will disseminate the IBF warning to the stakeholder. Then this is the end of the process, because this is the workflow within internal institution. The second table, I would like to present about IBF workflow within external institution. Thus, we start this process based on the IBF that we already made. From here, the forecaster on duty, we will disseminate the IBF to the BPBD or Disaster Management Agency in our region. Then from there, the BPBD will make some analysis based on the warning we give. Then also, after that, after they make the analysis, they also make further data analysis to make decision for mitigation. For example, another data they will consider is river discharge and also local radio report. After that, they will make any necessary further to take action. Then if there is something like another data, or yeah, if there, they will make decision whether they need to take mitigation action or no. If they don't need to make they don't need to take action, so this process don't need to take any more or any further action. If they need to take action, then they will take action. And then after they take action to the place where the disaster happened, they will make disaster report. After they make the disaster report, we as the forecaster on duty, we have to make warning verification as well as make a quick response. Then after that, we have to make the verification report. Now, after we verify the report, this is the end of the process for IBF workflow with external institution. I think that is all from this group. Thank you so much for your attention. I will give back to the moderator.
Me as moderator, right? Okay, Mbak Lavia, maybe you can share again the presentation first.
Yeah.
The first slide.
Yeah. The first slide, this one.
Oh, sorry, the second slide. The external.
Yeah. This one. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. I can give you a question, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. For the process number 7, taking mitigation action. There is two options in your scenario.
Yeah.
If there is no action, so this is the end of the process for IBF dissemination, right?
Yeah.
But if there is an action based on the disaster accurate, there is the next process is verification.
Daily disaster report. So they will they will take action, then they will, the BPBD will make a report, then they will disseminate the report, including to us.
So you mean the verification process is
only when there is a disaster happen.
Yeah.
If there is no disaster, so you the information is not verified.
If there is no, for now, we didn't verify the warning that are not happen.
Okay. Okay, thank you. From the Indonesia 2, I think it's good. It's pretty good workflow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other comment from the other participants, maybe? Okay. If there is no comment and there is no question, I think it's enough for me too. So I think it's enough for this hands-on session 10.2 today. Thank you very much for your attention, for much attention from all of you for these exercises. We really appreciate it. And oh yeah, don't forget to fill your result exercises, your exercise result. I mean, to the Google slide, that we already input that link in the LMS. So we here, me, Evan, Sefri, and Nanda, as a person who in charge for this session, could see your result, your exercise result after this training. So please input your result exercises, your workflow, your dissemination test strategy to the Google slide if before you put it down to the another file. Thank you very much. It's enough for me, and I think it's enough for the other partner, the other partner also. So yeah, I'm really sorry if you have much more hard work to do to finish these exercises. Before we thought that this session is very important for me and for you to start initiate the IBF implementation in your country or in your station. So yeah, I'm sorry for your busy time, because of this session, and I hope it's useful for you, and you can implement it, your workflow, your result workflow from this session to your country, to your station. Thank you, and I give the time to the Mbak Donna again. Thank you, Mbak.
Yeah, thank
you, everyone.
Excuse me, Miss Rifda.
Yeah.
I cannot upload the IBF flow to the document that you have put on the link. For the dissemination part, I can edit there, but for the flow, I cannot. Then should I just upload the file?
Okay, so maybe we can make a assignment folder in the LMS, so you can upload the presentation file at the assignment folder after we we make at the LMS.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Any other? If
But
there is
little
no,
announcement, please.
yeah.
Yeah. So for another participants, please also take note that the links is always available for you to get back to the Google Slides. So if you come up with another idea to perfect it the previous sessions, or maybe for our colleagues from Myanmar, which is not following for yesterday's session, you can always get back to the Google Slides to do or to complete the tasks from yesterday or today's tasks. And also you can also put comments if you have another question from another participants to the other. Also, you can put the comments in the Google Slides. I think that's all. Thank you and see you tomorrow. Thank you, Mbak.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe everyone from teacher from tutorial speaker, maybe the other sorry, do you want to give the suggestion or advice from for participant maybe?
From me?
Yeah, everyone. Yes.
Maybe short comment. Maybe short comment from the all of the workflow that you already present before to us. From the Thailand, from the Thailand, and from the Indonesia. So we do appreciate with the what the scenario you have been made from the for the workflow operational IBF in the station or in your country. And I think it's quite similar with what we already do here in BMCG. How we put weather forecast, the dynamical atmospheric, and the risk index to the IBF consideration, and how we get the correction, how we get the comment with the briefing media to be being IBF more increasing the proper IBF in which to the accuracy of information. So keep it that in your mind that for the IBF, not only focusing on the hazard, on the not only from the hazard from the weather forecasting, but we have to consider the probability of the hazard itself. So how potential that hazard will occur, because the impact not only from the hazard but from the likelihood. So how big the potential is it, and how bad the impact will be occurred. So there is the key actually. I think that is the key for the make IBF properly. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for Mr. Rifda and the team for sharing presentation and interesting activity. And I think IBF like as the best strategy to mitigate hazard. Yeah, thank you very much for about that. And I would like to say thank you very much for everyone to participate actively today. I hope you obtain so many benefit and knowledge and insight. We will meet again tomorrow in the same topic about hands-on of EBF. Yeah, again. Yeah. Happy fasting for my friends Muslim, and have a nice day for everyone. Thank you. Bye. Terima
Thank you,
kasih ya.
everyone. Thank you, Bu Dana.
Ya, terima kasih
Thank you
banyak
very
untuk
much.
pengajar. Thank you very much, Clarino, and everyone in here. So on count of 3, I can end of this meeting. 1, 2.